realize that they've got nothing left and nothing in return, and so they pull back, and what happens? The town dies. So it's no different than systems and structures. If you withdraw your energy, it cannot continue to function. And I think that that is where we're at. The more people who pull back, having this awareness, this interest and curiosity to know what else is out there, what else is possible, what actually brings me joy, what gives me rewards, what is a reward to me? Is my peace the reward? Is my contentment the reward? Is my connection to others authentically who show up and reciprocate? Is that my reward? Or is it a paycheck that doesn't even cut it, that doesn't even cover the basics? And so hi, and welcome back. It's March 16th, 2026. It's probably around 6:30 at night. Daylight is still upon us, which I love. Shifting into some more spring weather. Hopefully, well, if we get snow again, we do need it. So I'm torn with whether or not I want it. But either way, it feels fresh. It feels like fresh energy. It feels like a fresh new beginning. And even though material, tangible things have not shown up, the energy, the undercurrent feels very new. And honestly, what could be wrong with that? Past few days, I have been super pumped up and excited with these new things that have been delivered to me, and I have felt completely in line by waiting for the next thing, continuing to make progress in different ways, but it's not in this same linear way that we're so trained to believe it happens. You do A, B, C, D, you get rewarded. And yet what we've learned is you can do A, B, C, D, E, F, G, all the way to Z and still not get rewarded. And so pulling back and saying, all right, I need to do something different here. What I have been trained to do has never worked. It's kept me on that repeated cycle, that treadmill. And all it's done is burn us out. And so we need to do something different. We need to think differently, to see things differently, to expand our awareness and our understanding of all that's possible. Because if we only think that there's one way to achieve something, then that's all we will ever do, and we will only know that outcome. And as we have all heard, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over and expecting a different result. For me, when I left my career and I had cut off so many things, the big messaging that I was receiving is that you don't have to perform to exist. That the world, the patriarchal, capitalistic, that society wants you to believe that. And the more people who do believe it, that's the thing that keeps it going. But the more people who withdraw from anything, the less likely it will continue to exist. Look at ghost towns. people who believed in something and they invest their heart and soul, and then they realize that they've got nothing left and nothing in return, and so they pull back, and what happens? The town dies. So it's no different than systems and structures. If you withdraw your energy, it cannot continue to function. And I think that that is where we're at. The more people who pull back, having this awareness, this interest and curiosity to know what else is out there, what else is possible, what actually brings me joy, what gives me rewards, what is a reward to me? Is my peace the reward? Is my contentment the reward? Is my connection to others authentically who show up and reciprocate? Is that my reward? Or is it a paycheck that doesn't even cut it, that doesn't even cover the basics? And so then how do we bridge that gap between this old system of having to pay for our existence and this greater understanding and awareness that we don't have to perform to be worthy. We don't have to perform to exist and have food on our table or a house or clothes or the basic necessities. How do we bridge that gap? Little by little. And do you hear my crow behind me? Three of them again. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A whole murder. Exactly as we were talking about pulling back our energy and investing in others who reciprocate and doing it little by little to bridge the gap so that the transition doesn't feel as sharp and detrimental and punishing. I love that. I love it. It never fails. They always show up. The messengers between realms, the protectors, the shapeshifters. Crows are so amazing. And as we pull back our energy in a way that is really mindful and conscious of what we're doing, where we're investing, like we have talked about so many times, that is bridging the gap. That is pulling back your energy, which is being siphoned from you, so that you may be better equipped to make these decisions from a more objective, discerning place. One where you're not having to fuel so many things so that you can't even see the other possibilities, the other options that you have. And then just slowly dipping a toe, trying things out, and not so much all at once, because how will you know what is actually for you and what isn't? And not jumping in so quickly that you go underwater and you drown, but just slowly acknowledging it, feeling it, sensing it, getting familiar with it, and making sure that you're familiar with what is your energy and what is someone else's, And how do the two work together? And a train confirms in the distance. We're just full of confirmations today that we are on the right track. And I love it. The firmament is all scratched up there. Someone should have done a better job of cleaning it so that they could see through much more clearly. It's as though it's frozen. Makes sense, it's been cold here. It's just like anything. The more that you do something and participate in something and become aware of it, the more times that you return to that activity, that thought, that way of living, the behavior, the more it becomes routine. And the more that it becomes fulfilling, the more you want to return to it. As opposed to just being on a treadmill and doing something because you've always done it. You are actively becoming a part of your creation. You're choosing it, you're leading it. And then you're following that inner guidance and intuition and discernment of looking at all the experiences you've had in your life, recognizing what has worked, what has not, and then trusting that pull over all the noise. And knowing that the end of this being in alignment is never really the end. It just continues to evolve and grow and morph, and you become. And there's no fear in that. There's just appreciation for everything that you are doing for yourself. And you call in energies that are like-minded. You call in opportunities that connect with that energy as well. And then you don't have to constantly fight for your existence. You just get to be authentically who you soulfully are. Thanks for watching, everyone, for being here, for sharing, for commenting, for liking and subscribing, and just honestly for showing up and having these conversations where we begin to shift into this new energy more forcefully in a way that is fluid and yet intentional. It's not having to over something, it's having to acknowledge and go with it. And to choose this path every single day, to mindfully choose a different way where you do not have to pay to exist. So until next time, stay safe, stay connected, and we'll see you really soon.